Hey, what's up, YouTube? Let's go. Lots has changed. I'm now on the 200K challenge. I'm up, as you can see, $2,000, so 1%. I didn't hit the 10% on the last challenge. Got very close with a good. My equity curve was looking very good. I feel comfortable with my strategy, and so they gave me a second redo, but instead of doing it, I just upped it and I signed up for the 200. We're looking at the Canadian dollar, US dollar, Canadian dollar here. And I had a little trade this morning, actually, on, we'll bring that over into the screen, US 30. So sweet little trade. We were sitting here. This started to look like signs of reversal. I drew my line. So that's higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, blah, 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 higher high, higher low, which was broken, the last higher low. You can see it broke through here. I think I jumped in around this time, which would be, it was just after 5 a.m. Not getting any time here. Yeah, 5:12. And yeah, so okay, now I'm looking, will it come back and test this this last higher low? And it did, and it touched. This is really the setup that I look for. It touched my 50. You can see that. And look at that. I nailed the entry. I really hit that entry well, and I'm happy with that. So what I'll do, this candle is a minute candle, so it came up, this one came up. I guess this would be the open, close down here. I'm waiting, I'm watching. I see it come up and wick and touch the 50. I probably missed it the first time, and it probably came all the way back down here. And what I like to do is wait till halfway through the minute, so at 30 seconds, to kind of get a feeling. And I wait, and it really pulled back up, hit the sell, and then it was just a golden trade. I'll hit the sell when it pulls back, like kind of like a tide, like receding, pulling in as high as I can. I mean, it doesn't always work. Sometimes it pulls up and just keeps going, right? Like here's an example, maybe if I wait to pull back there, it didn't work, but I also will put my stop there, or just mentally in my mind say, I will stop out as soon as it breaks this area. Anyways, waiting for it to really pull into the height of the candle gives me a better entry most of the time. And as you can see, it did. I sold, not the bottom, but damn, if it wasn't it was a nice trade. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12-minute trade. Netted about $700. Didn't hit the bottom. I sold here because I felt like sellers were losing steam. You can see just starts. We're not getting a lot of sell. I think it probably wicked up here, and I waited for it to really pull again back. Sold here. I missed some gains here, but really no big deal. And that was this morning. I thought I hit another trade in the house. I'm in my cabin. It's cold, so I have my jacket on. But I got my heating mat on my back. So here you can see we're in kind of a choppy here. This would have been a good trade. Come down, hit my 50. I get a little nervous with those big wicks there. And then again here. So right now, it's somewhat, it's not seeming like it's more than just sideways for now. You can look, go to the higher time frames as well. Take a look. What's the story? But you can see there's some resistance up here. I feel calm. I feel like my state of mind is very good. I believe in my strategy, which surprisingly actually on the, I looked at the review and it was just 30% win rate and I was pretty close to passing. Risk to reward was 3.33, which is an interesting number for me. So I feel like I can get my win rate up, but it doesn't matter too much. You know, the fact that I had 30% win rate and I still almost passed, and my equity curve was very, very nice. It was kind of flatlined for 2 weeks and went up, sideways up, sideways up. So it looked good, and it really tells me that I'm cutting my losses very well. So I can take a lot of loss, cut them quickly, and then also on the flip side, really letting those winners run. Not always. There was times, and that's why I didn't pass. I would have if I cut them, but I'm confident, that's for sure. And this is a $200,000 account, and I'm just doing 10 lots. With the $15,000 account is doing 1 lot per position. So really, this I could push it, but I like the idea of doing even less risk, trading smarter, and going from there. And the other thing I'm thinking for sizing up my strategy is for every 1,000 on here, up to like 5 probably, I'll do that amount of positions. So if I'm at 2,000 profit, I'll take 2 positions. If I'm down to 1, if I get knocked back down, I'll just take 1. And if I get to 3, when I get to 3, I'll take 3. 4, I'll take 4. I think 4 might be the max, I feel like. And then closing these positions at an around 1,000. If, you know, not really, that was my biggest mistake, was really trying for the home runs. And if I think of many trades where if I'd actually took the profit given with some analysis, I would have passed quite easily. So I don't know if that makes sense. So anyways, definitely looking like a sideways market on the USD right now. Not seeing any clear direction. That's the other thing too, is just if there's no clear direction, just wait. I think this morning on this one, it's interesting too. Like I can look back and be like, oh yeah, that's my setup. It's in a downtrend. But when you're in the moment there, when you're really like sitting there and none of this is here, it always feels a little like, I don't know. But I told myself, you know, that trade when I hit the 50, take the direction that it comes up from and just try, you know, you just have to let go and trust. So it worked there. You know, here it worked. I could have possibly got spooked on those because there's a lot down here. That's conceivable that it may not have worked for me there. This might have worked, you know, wick up, and on the next one, I would have been a little nerve-wracking. But it really works nicely when it's like when it's really trending. So you have a break, comes down, hits it, and it just starts going in your direction. Then you can pull your stop to break even, and you're not sweating at all. You know, you can see it also bounces off the 9 and the 21. I might start playing that. Like if you see here, it just ran up the 9, came down and bounced off the 21 here. You know, sellers losing steam off the 21. Maybe, you know, that retest of the 21. But in the moment, this big gap makes me nervous. I like to be really close to the 50. You know, maybe in here. In this case, this was like your higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Lower low, which broke that last one, and then this come up and test it. So that's somewhat playable for me. You know, maybe when it broke through, I might have been getting a little interested. For sure. But that's the thing with trading and why I feel like I'm quite good at it, is nothing is exactly the same. It's more nuanced suggestions like this is, here's your setup in a new way. You look here, high, low, here's your low, higher low, higher low, higher low. So we're running into some resistance up there. In this bigger context, you know, I would wait for this to be broke, come up, test it, and that's a big move to the downside. In this smaller context, I zoomed in a little bit more. You know, kind of test off there could be a run. That would be, we've broke through there. If we bounce off here and down. So that's what I'll watch right now, I think. And my baby, US 30 CAD. Eventually it's going to make a move in one direction or another. It's just when. As you can't say. That's why I like to see it like, you know, here is an interesting case. This would be a move if it come back and tested that, you know, tested the 50. So that might, I'm not sure I would have caught that entry, but it broke right through it. So this is ranging, which this is, you know, usually ranges not too much longer than that. As you can see here, this would be considered like a range, and then it's about the same distance. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get a move here sooner than later to up or down, which I don't care which way it goes. I'll just hopefully be there for the direction. So we go to the higher time frame. Let's clean this up. Object list. Let's just take all this out and see what's what. Still technically a bullish pattern. I mean, this is a cup, maybe a handle. Like we could pull down to the 50. Of course, you could just go through it all. Let's see what the fib is saying on this time frame. Oops. Yeah, something like that probably. So we're reaching towards the 236, which makes sense. You might get a bounce there, bounce here. Wonder, you know, since the daily, I pull it to wick up. So we broke through the 236 in that story, just touching it there. So it's not yet. I mean, it is technically below. Oh no, it's sort of a, well, it's right now at this support, so that could be support and bounce up from here. So I think overall uptrend, testing support, still looking for some move to the upside. Bear story here would be obviously breaking here, come back and test that for resistance. You know, maybe we break to here today. Like you can see, one day was a big dump, and then test that. Could be over a few days. And on the hour, hourly, yeah, like this is a zone for sure. Demand zone. Not really trade supply and demand. You can see there's definitely a trade here. Like people, you know, get up there, sell, buy the lows. So I think we're sitting on support. That's fairly clear, at least for now. you know, or this would be bullish divergence, kind of flat here and pushing up on the. So I'm still liking bias longs, you know, long bias, as they say. This is the range of this low, right? Probably if I drag here, I'll find that line somewhere. And where are you? Well, you can see there's, to hit that, it's probably a lot. There is a lot to go down if it needs to. But let's say we're long bias right now. You know, these could be, this is something, whatever. I don't know what to say about that. But here's our kind of trend line, you know, which we might just be touching now. So although I would really like to much rather trade closer to the moving averages, what could happen here is we get a break, retest of this. I guess that would be the last high or low. So we break that. This area, and then test it, and probably pull up the moving averages by then, and I might find a trade. For now, it could go up, could go down. I mean, we could hit this, resist, rocket down. This is too off. This is just way too much risk for me. I wouldn't know where to get in. I mean, I get in, I wouldn't know where to call it a bad trade. It's the most important thing in trading. Like, for instance, here, this is kind of, you know, that probably would have closed that trade because it's gone too far on the downside from the 50. Here is a great example. I come up here, actually touch the 50 there, put my stop right here, and here I would have got stopped out, but I would have won on that one. You know, that I would have won all that, but lost very little here. So I really need to be close to this moving average to feel comfortable. And being this far away, I am not. So I'll wait and see. Just hang out. It's snowing, and I got to pull my pump. I don't know why I'm so happy. I usually would have been stressed to the max with this kind of thing, but I feel like everything is working out just fine. Well, let's pause this stream so that if anyone's watching this, or if I ever come back to it, I don't have to sit looking at myself doing nothing. So for now, yes, this could be a short. I'm not going to take it. I'm going to wait to see if we break back down through. Really, I'm a retest. Like, this could break through here. I'm not going to take it. You know, there's a short there. Someone's making money. Someone's losing money. So let's say we break through the 50. I would wait for it to come and test the 50 like this. I'm not comfortable at this point. I'm not YOLOing in anymore. So for now, and on the US 30 though, let's take a look. Here we are. You know, I usually trade these two kind of like which one does what I'm looking for first. And in this case, you know, but this stacked line is like, this is a bullish stack. Like, you have the 50 below. What I'm thinking is, you know, we're testing right now this this last highest low. You can see. I mean, I could just go and then, you know, go with something small and cut it basically as soon as it does what it's doing. So I'm not going to take it. I'm not going to try to waste any money. All right, let's just leave it for that. Leave it now at that. So you can see, like, had someone FOMO'd in here, like, we're going to the moon, because also my higher time frame, I still feel like it is a bullish chart. I might have FOMO'd in there, and then you're just holding like fucking drawdown, which I have no interest in. Could test this, but on this low, test the 50 and bounce, but because this is a downtrend, I'm not going to look for a little move in there. Really, because it's a downtrend, break the 50, come back and test it, then I'll take it. I mean, it's a downtrend here. I do feel like the higher time frames are bullish, but this is definitely a textbook downtrend. I mean, yeah, it's just, there's not a trade here yet for me. And that's pretty important to know what trades are yours, what ones work for you, what you're looking for, and just sitting out on the sidelines when, I mean, I have some ideas. Like, I did think that was a possible short. Anyway, leave it. I'll be back if